So Izzy, what are we doing today?
Hi, I'm Isabel, and today we're going to be making a vaulting trick riding barrel for me to practice on so that I can do it properly on a real horse.
Cool. So I've got a heap of scrap metal here that I'm having a massive clean up with my shed. And we've got a barrel which a local vet dropped off for us. And I've got some steel we're going to make a frame. So this, how high is this going to be off the ground roughly, this barrel, as a guesstimate?
Around here.
That's pretty high. Right, so, and then this is to practice jumping on it instead of a real horse until we get the hang of this trick riding stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do is chop up these frames and make a bit of a stand-up.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it. Okay, so first thing we'll do, Izzy, is we're going to cut these hinges off. So this will be the bottom, that'll sit flat. So we'll get an angle on and we'll cut across here. Okay, so now you do our safety stuff. You can wear glasses or you can just close your eyes, but that makes it really hard. So we'll stick with glasses today. And earmuffs. Although sometimes it'd be nice not to go to here. Alright, so we're going to hack these off.
So here we're marking out where we're going to be cutting our metal, and we've made it the same length as this piece over here, and they're going to be both ends of our stand.
Okay, so we're just going to cut these ends off nice and straight. It's going to be a rough mark. And then we'll cut them off with a circular saw with a metal blade. Cool. So it's probably working on a little bit hard for what it's supposed to do, but okay, the other side. Do you reckon it'll be strong enough?
Hopefully.
It's a bit of an overkill. Okay. Another line on here. Roughly there. Feels wrong using a circular saw cutting metal.
Not on wood.
Eh?
Not on wood.
Yeah, it's got a metal, wood blade normally, but it's got a metal blade for this. But it's a bit of an ask for it. Okay, all good? Okay, so we've still got all our fingers, that's good. Okay, so that is one end of our stand, and we'll trim this up to whatever height you want the barrel to sit on. So in a minute, we'll weld this on, sort of like that. You get the gist.
Maybe not that high, but yeah.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean, we can adjust that anytime.
Cool.
Alright, we're going to make another one of these with the other bit. Alright, so that's the other bit we're going to make. So that bit will go like that. We'll cut that bit off and weld it across there, and then we've got two stands. Yep, so you're going to cut this last little hinge off, is he? Isabel? Cool. Alright, now we'll cut this other bit off with a saw. Okay, so we've got a little bit sticking out here. Izzy's going to just grind that down nice and flat. Okay, that's that. Pretty good. Okay, so we've got the barrel sitting up on the bench here. You're trying to work out what height off the ground we need to make this thing. So from the ground to the top. So it's a little bit high at the moment, is that what you're saying? Just put in down the end of the centre of the barrel. There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. Measure it from there. So that's 1370 roughly.
Yeah. And I'd say probably go just like a little bit lower.
1330.
Yeah. Because that's awfully high.
Oh,
You're gonna have a fair bit of.
well, I'm glad you're jumping up there,
bounce.
not me. That is high.
That's alright. I can do it.
1330. Okay, so stay, barrel. Righto, we'll go and change this then. Oh, we're close.
You're very close.
So the plan is 1330. That design's out the window. This is going to go up like that. That's out the window. Righto, and then we're going to put what handles up here, like a vaulting or something.
There's 2 handles.
Well, like that.
Yep.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeehaw!
Gorgeous.
Hang on, cowboy hat.
Knock it off.
Okay, so what do we say in the end?
1330.
1330.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's the bottom end there.
Good enough.
So that's going to be the top of the barrel. Yep. Yeah, I'll get that out of your head. So we'll just square it off. Probably only need one line actually because I use a circular saw and we'll just hack it off. So
Get set up.
happy days.
Done. Nearly got me. So now Dad's just gonna grind off the galv so it's a bit easier to weld on.
Okay. Right, so this is the height you're measuring again now on the other one. That's from the bottom.
Hang on.
What's the matter?
Tape measure doesn't like me.
Okay, so what are we measuring?
1330. Not spot on, but should be.
Righto. So squaring off. And that's all we need because it's a circular saw square anyway. So I'll quickly cut that off.
So Dad's going to cut off this little triangle here and we're going to add a little bit of scrap metal. So Dad's just kindly cut off this little corner and we're going to weld a little bit onto there so that when I'm sitting there and slide off, I won't open myself up on it. So yeah.
Blast it out.
Don't blast it into me.
Okay, so in typical Australia fashion, there's a nice redback living in a bit of metal, as you do, but we'll relocate him. So let's have a look first. Ooh. There he is.
Boy.
It was him or me. Seriously, he had a go.
DIY training.
What's your right?
Yep.
Okay, so I'll just take this leg on a bit. Isabel's going to finish off this weld here and we'll get into it. Go for it whenever you want. Cool, how'd you go? That's not bad.
Choppy.
For your first weld. Pretty good. Ain't gonna break. Good job. That's actually pretty good. Double jack side. That ain't gonna break off. Well done. Right, I'll get you doing some more in a sec. Okay, Isabel's just cutting these top caps, which are then going to be welded onto there. So, righto, away you go. Yep, cut that bit off.
This is going a bit skewed. That's alright.
Yeah, that's what welders are for. You fill up, you hide your mistakes. That's the only difference between a good tradie and a bad tradie. A good tradie can hide his mistakes.
Good thing I'm not a tradie.
Just grab it and give it a wriggle. A bit tight, go up and down.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a hammer if you want. Push him all the way in if you can. Hang on, I think you got your apron stuck in there. That'll do it.
There we go.
So give him a wriggle. There you go.
Got him.
Done.
That's pretty
What we'll do, we'll grind the galv off that a bit so it makes it easier to weld.
Hard to pick things up.
Yeah, so all we're going to do now is take a little bit of the galv off around the edges.
Excuse me.
So yeah, really nice and tight. So it's a good way of recycling, isn't it?
Save it.
Just put that down. Pretty heavy duty steel for a horse thing. I suppose you want it pretty tight. Is that on there properly?
Probably not.
You don't want it coming out. There you go, so jump on that.
So, this is mine that took about half an hour. And this is like, so that it doesn't chop you open. And this is Dad's that he did in probably under 5 minutes, including welding. And looks 50 times better. But you know, practice makes practically perfect. Cool. So now we're going to double check that the methanol in this barrel, there's nothing left in it. Dad's washing out and everything. Yeah. So we're going to throw a flame in it. And then...
Yeah, I'll get this here when I do that.
Yeah.
Just in case. It should be fine. I've already done it once. And now the water's out, so I'll do it again, but...
Yeah. And then once that's done, we're going to weld these on. So this bit's going to be tucked under the lid, and we'll work out what way we're putting it.
So
cool.
Just go around. It's been done once, so you just go around.
Dad just put a flame in and we didn't blow up. So we're all good to weld these bits on.
Okay, so you've got to be a little bit careful when you are playing around with drums and welding. This one's had methanol in it, so obviously that can't be good. So we've put water in this. It's been empty for quite a while. Filled it up with water, soaked it, tipped it out, filled it up again, soaked it, and then with a heap of protection on, put a MAP gas flame in it, and it didn't catch on fire or explode, so that's all good. But when you're doing this and fuel tanks and all that sort of stuff, you've got to be really careful. Okay, let's whack some legs on it.
So Dad's just put a little tack weld there to hold on the frame, and then he's going to weld a bit more on.
Straighten up and see what happens.
Yeah. Cool. So we've got it up. The other side isn't welded on yet, it's just sitting there. But it's looking pretty good. So this bit's not done up yet, as you can see. So we're going to weld 1 and 2. Well, look at that, we have a barrel. And it's awfully tall, but I think we can do it.
Really?
Hey? And she's nearly done. The next step would be to put the handles on, but we'll do that another night. It's looking pretty good.
That's heaps high.
It's very high.
Good luck jumping up with that.
I can do it. Go!
Cool.
Ta-da!
Okay, so we're going to make the handles. So we had a bit of a guesstimate of how we're going to do it. And basically going to go like that, aren't they?
This will be back on the actual barrel. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be like this.
Yeah. Alright, we just need to... So that's kind of about right, isn't it? We just got to make another one. Okay. Okay, so I've got the pipe bender here. Put a mark in the centre of the main ram. Got a couple of dies. And then what we do is we crank on the handle. And in this case I'll get Izzy to do it. And it's just bending the bit of pipe. And we're just going to copy the shape of this one. And we know we just draw a quick line in the dust on the top here. When that line lines up with this pipe here, that's going to be pretty well spot on. So it's very precise engineering here. Okay, that'll do because it'll probably spring back. So that's a little bit past the line now, and when you back the pressure off, it springs back a bit. And that line there is pretty much in line. So, right, you can take that out. I'll just back this off a bit more. Okay. So,
Taking the whole bit off.
yeah, just put it back on. There we go. Right, so then you need to thread that through to the next point. We've already marked that. So you might have to take that end, that die out to get in there. I'll solve that for you.
There we go.
So down to this other mark. Yeah, that one there it is. So then you're going to make sure that's parallel, like that.
Yep.
I'm holding there for you. Watch fingers. Alright, so if you triple check on the mark, as in on the centre of the ram.
Over this way a little bit.
Which, or you tell me.
That one. Tiny bit. Way too far. There you go.
Alright, and then we make sure that's up like that. Yeah, so that's the fast crank on it. And then you can jump it over to the high pressure one. Alright, here we go again.
Don't.
This is the easiest pipe I've ever bent. It's automatic. Where were you when I'm making gates?
Inside laughing at you making games.
Alright, you're nearly there. Okay, hang on a sec. So that is almost smack bang in line with our precision dust mark here. So give it a tiny tweak, a little bit further. Okay, that'll do. And then you can back off the valve if you want, and you'll watch this spring back. There we go. How's it look? Just give me a quick squeeze down it and move your arm for a sec. Too late. Good enough. Alright, so flip that over.
Am I tightening that again?
Oh, it doesn't really matter, you can tighten that up. Flip it over, watch fingers. And to get that off, if you leave it on the die, just give it a little tweak there. Give it a quick tap. There you go.
The process?
Okay, so when you put that on top of this one, I'm hoping that it's going to be very similar.
Spot on.
Ta-da! Right, it's pretty close. So now we need to cut them to length. This is why I've got so many holes in my jumpers.
So Dad's obviously just chopped it off and
Is
made.
that still going?
Pardon?
So
Yeah.
we're going here at some point, like that.
Cool.
But at the other end, so we'll just cut the exact same with the other one.
Mm-hmm. Dad's just grinding off the paint so it's a bit, and whatever layer was on there, just so it's a bit easier to weld on. And we decided to move it up to the front so that the strength of the rim will hold a bit better on this, because if there was too much pressure or weight in here, then it will have a bit of can make a bit of a dent, like we have a little dent here. I think the shadow helps. Like that will happen with the handles if that, so it's like for long-term use.
Yeah, there's more
up the
strength
front's
in
a
the
bit better.
rim, as opposed to if you weld it here, then it can buckle a bit with your weight, but it's still pretty strong. But
Yeah.
we'll try it here first, and we can always chop it off and weld it somewhere else if you want to.
Cool. And just like that, the handles are on. So, for the different widths of metals, Dad's done really well.
Oh, don't get a close up of the welding. It's terrible.
Well, that looks pretty cool.
Well, it's not going to break, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to be welding aircraft or anything. But
With our lovely drawings in the background. But this looks really awesome.
okay, so what have you done now?
I've moved it from the shed and dug a little trench and shoved it in so that if I fall off, I won't crack my head open.
Fair enough. And what are you going to do now?
We're gonna
Clean it and paint it.
that.
Cool.
I'm taking some of the paint off.
You what?
Taking some of the paint off.
Is that alright? You're going to paint it? And we're cleaning up all this paper, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. So we chose a Brunswick green and it's going to coat the whole thing. So we've just finished painting it, and then I think it's done. We're probably just going to throw a yoga mat or something on it for when I'm actually using it.
So what's happening?
So we've stuck a yoga mat on it, so there's a bit of padding.
So it's pretty much finished, and we've got a strap on it so it doesn't fall off, and that's pretty grippy anyway. It's not sliding around. Alright, let's even get on it.
Oh, don't even. Oh, my phone.
Yeah.
I'm going. Hang on. You're so cutting this out. There's no ladder.
Yeah, of course I will. Do you need to tie the horse up first?
Ooh,
Oh, very good.
it's very grippy. That's it.
Now what? Did you jump on it?
Oh. Ta-da. No, it's not happening.
Fair enough. Oh, so it's all done.